here, and just now we've talked about alcoholism and drug abuse, but the Nairobi's killer doctors, and these are doctors who are under the influence of alcohol. So of course their judgment, their reaction rate, their behavior is just wanting. So this would be very dangerous.
It would be. I'm yet to read the
Or rather
article.
it is.
But as I was saying off air, it could be, this would have a lot of things contributing to it. Maybe it's just the poor pay, or you're treating somebody who's a multi-millionaire, they're half your age, and then you earn 32,000 shillings, and maybe it's just the bad habit of binge drinking in this country, and the abuse of alcohol. So I'll read it through, but it's really sad. If indeed true,
this would be a
it's
very
totally
sad issue. But then again, of course, it brings, and again, looking at the doctor, the gynecologist in quotes that we had the other day, of course, now it makes the patient wonder, where are my rights and what do I need to do? How, am I safe anymore? Do I have to ask the doctor to do a breath test?
And the structure is horrible in this country. If you don't have money, I've lost my mom, and every time she was in the hospital, and the bills I was subjected to, or we were subjected to as a family, was astronomical. Yeah. Somebody tells you 1.2 million after 2 weeks of being in the hospital, and there's no way to pay for that. So if you're poor, you're as good as dead.
And even the culture in hospitals nowadays, where it's really just about more about money, such that they'll tell you, sorry, we cannot continue with treatment unless you pay.
Yeah.
Pay a certain amount.
So bad. But I think the issue of the alcoholism, I think mostly they're surgeons. I've never understood why, but a friend of mine who's a doctor says that they see so much blood and so much pain that sometimes they need to numb it. Of course, there is no excuse for it, but then as a patient down there, you really don't even know that, especially if you're the one who's under. So it's just something needs to happen, and they just need to go back to their hypocritical oath.
All right.
No, it's Hippocratic. No, please, I mean it. I mean hypocritical.
Hypocritical.
I know it's Hippocratic, but then
I remember when I was shot. When I was lying there,
you are shot.
This is a long story.
Jesus.
But when I was shot, we don't have time over breakfast. but that doctor who was called in, the surgeon was called in from Abai. He was a competent one, but when he leaned in, I almost got knocked out.
Just by
whiskey. I was like, all right, this anesthesia.
So you wanted
mouth to mouth anesthesia.
Thank you guys. It's been a pleasure having you. Please do get yourself a copy of the Nairobian. It has loads and loads and loads. The top story there is my son raped his mother. I mean, this is gross. I don't know where we are headed to as a world. But